What's up, MP?
What's shaking, MP?
Yo, what up, Josh?
How's it going, man?
Man, all good, ready to light it up.
Man, gonna show us what all that hype's about?
Hey, I'm just here to play ball.
Looks like we're in the right place then. Hey, good luck out there.
You too, man.
All right, man.
All right.
You know what stands out, Clark, with both of these teams is their speed and their athleticism.
And because of those things, Kevin, it's going to be about limiting fast break opportunities. That'll be a key for both of these squads. Taking care of the ball, always a critical factor, and then being able to stay clear of those momentum-changing plays.
All right, a special report now from the sideline to hear about this incredible season MP is in the midst of.
Well, Kevin, last time he set the all-time record for 40-point games in a single season. It goes without saying MP is one of the most prolific scorers in the league today, and maybe ever. Back to you, Kevin.
I'd say so. Thank you. Let's go cross-court to hear more about the season MP has put together.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, after another 50-point game, MP set a record for the most 50-point games in a season.
You gotta have change-ups, and you have to have calls that complement one another. Our zone coverages are built off vision and break. That allows guys to play fast, so they're not looking at people and looking around for people. The essence of playing
Packers are winning it all.
is when the ball's thrown. You have 2 or 3 guys going 100 miles an hour to the ball carrier, and I think that's what the biggest
You
difference
gotta
is.
add guys in free agency. If they can add a guy or two in free agency on both sides of the ball,
Defense, you have to be aggressive and get your hands on people.
and not a veteran
So I think there's a place for both.
wide receiver, but a veteran backup running back.
Ball carrier and as fast as we can over and over again.
So first quarter,
When you bring a safety up quite a bit, does that
Gotta get Jones re-signed.
Do you plan on playing more based on the?
Yeah, you gotta get Love signed in the long term.
Nickel mistake 2/3 or 3/4.
It just depends on what personnel we get. Teams are going to have 3 wide. They're probably going to want to go more nickel defense. Teams want to go with 2 wide in the game. They'll probably bring base defense or bring more D linemen in the game. But I think you got to match personnel right now. I think that's really important. And then there's times maybe not. Maybe we just leave base on the field as long as we can. But the bigger they get, the bigger we got to get. The faster they get, the faster we got to get.
Right on.
It's been a long time since there's been a shift. In 09, Dom Capers came in. They went to a 3-4 from being a 4-3. It sounds like Matt wanted to be able to make a change while not maybe having to change personnel at times. Based on the feel you have at this point, do you feel like you have the pieces in-house that can make the shift, that it's a more subtle shift than maybe it might have been back then?
I think it is more of a subtle shift because once you get to 11 personnel, which is what you were saying, nickel defense, which is a much higher percent right now than, say, 2 tight ends or 2 backs in a game. Most teams, including here, are playing 4 down, 4-2-5, 4-3, whatever you want to call it. So it is a less change, I think, right now than it would be.
It scares me that
Giddy's got 3 assists now in this one. To the middle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And upping the intensity, SGA forces his way through the contact.
3-pointer. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 6. Middleton against Dort. From downtown. Rebound by Williams. And they're trailing by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one.
Favor Detroit.
Joe passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The pass to Mann. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Dort, he's checked in for the Thunder. Josh Giddey comes in for Trey Mann. Here's Joe. 13 points in the game, so they take the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 now in this quarter.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Beasley. Chris Middleton is out there with Brook Lopez. And it's Beauchamp in at the 3 spot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Milwaukee. Lopez with the block.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot.
The Bucks making a change here. Lillard's checked in.
Number 0, Damian Lillard.
Dort with the ball. Beasley covering. 5 to shoot. Dort passes to Joe. Over Middleton. Joe can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
From past the arc. Traps in the tray. And now it's a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
Down low, here's Giddey. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
And he drives in. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against San Antonio.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
And it goes down 2 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Under trailing by 3. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And an outstanding game against San Antonio. Middleton against Dort. Just 5 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Joe. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Giddey. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. A 3 gets it to go from beyond the arc. 26 points for him.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Shoots from 12. No good that time. Bucks leading by 6. To the inside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dort. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. For the Thunder, Holmgren comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Williams in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Greg, we're just talking about Chet Holmgren, and he's a lot tougher, I think, than his frame might indicate.
Physically and mentally, he does not back down. In fact, he's often the one who initiates contact. You think you're going to bully him, he's going to try to bully you.
Thunder trailing by 6. Williams looking over the floor. Holmgren against Lopez. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Pass to Giannis. 1:10 left in the first half. Here's Lillard, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And that's how you execute inside. Lillard, I like when he looks for his shot down low.
Outside Williams. Passes to Holmgren, and the jump by Holmgren.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
To the paint. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Lillard's passing game, a thing of beauty. Got that ball to a guy who had a quality look and got it to him on time.
Here's Joe. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio. Poke loose. Lopez with the ball. Dort covering. Jacks up a 3. That shot, no good. The Thunder have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Holmgren against Lopez. 3 seconds left. The shot, no good. To an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And a bit of a gear switch here. Shaq, you are currently trending online right now. Fans are demanding you try your hand at a hot dog eating contest.
Oh, Ernie, I actually would like to see this happen as well. I bet some of these guys would.
And now we look back at the first half. Guys, some adjustments needed for the Thunder.
What I'm really wondering.
Thanks for spending halftime with.
When your personnel, some guys can handle more than others. So you got to get to know your players and try to figure out how much they can do and how much they can handle. And I think that was, when you look at our team, especially this year, I think that was part of our issue early on, early in the season when we were struggling. More, I would say, from an offensive standpoint, is we were still learning a lot of our guys and what they could handle and what was too much. And we found that sweet spot, and that allowed us to go out there and execute at a higher level.
We're looking for vision-based, like out of your safeties, and it's the fact that you just spent so much time as a secondary coach. Was that appealing to your defense?
Yeah, I would say definitely. I think, especially in this league, it's such a passionate, dominant league. That was definitely one of the most appealing things to me. It was his ability to lead from the back end. But I think he's got a great knowledge base on all 3 levels. What was the other thing, yes?
You're talking about what players are fast, physical, and vision-based on the back end.
Well, yeah, I would say more vision-based more visual on the quarterback because he's going to ultimately take you to where the ball is going to go. So playing with your back to the quarterback, or if you're playing a real matchy, not to say that we won't be that. There's certainly going to be circumstances when you want to man up and play some match coverage, but I would say a big is going to be have vision on the quarterback.
I think one of the first weeks of the season, you had 3 receivers on the injury report with hamstrings, and you said we'll take a deep dive into all that after the season. What did that deeper look result in, and why did you think a change was needed for that strength and conditioning staff?
Again, you got to make some tough decisions. And I think Giz is an outstanding strength coach. I don't want that to be like, oh, it's all the strength department's problem. That was not what it was, and quite frankly, that's not what I believe, and I don't think that's what we found out either. So it was just one of those deals where I felt like seeing the leadership in that position could be beneficial to us, and found a guy, Aaron Hill, coming from San Francisco, ironically enough, that I think they're doing some pretty cool things out there. I've got obviously you guys know I've got a close relationship with Kyle, but also with the head strength coach there, Dustin Perry, who may or may not be my wife's first so I had a lot of conversations with him, when we decided to make the change, just kind of asking for advice in terms of looking for people. Again, interviewed a bunch of guys. There's some really good strength coaches out there. But ultimately, I thought Aaron did an outstanding job in the interview process, and it wasn't something that just I was involved in that. I had all our special teams coaches were a part of that process. Certainly Flea and Nate were a part of it. We had a couple of other guys in there as well. I just think it was important that we were all on board with this, just in order to get the collaboration, the cooperation, because a lot of people touch our athletes. And at the end of the day, when you're talking about performance staff, you need everybody in alignment. And so the communication's got to be on point. And we just came to a consensus on picking Aaron for that spot.
These professional athletes, but do you expect that position to be a motivator? Relationships with these players?
That is an expectation I have. I think if you want your players to feel the energy every day, if you don't do it as a coach, then there's a problem. An important piece to that, but you said it in terms of, I do think the relationships are where anything starts in this business, whether it's myself to our staff and our staff to our players and players to players, and the more we can get to know one another, and I think the trust builds, and when you get trust, you get guys fighting for one another, and there's a genuine care and love for one another. That's when you're going to get people at their best.
Sean Mannion's title, and what do you think he can bring to that route, to the offense as a guy who is a recent player?
He's going to be an offensive assistant for us, and he'll be working primarily out of the quarterback room. So I love his past experience. I've coached him before. Figured he was going to go down this route. Matter of fact, when we played him earlier in the year, he told me he was going to get into coaching. So I was like, all right, well, let me know when you're going to become a coach. He's just a guy that I've always respected how he went about his process, how he prepared for games, how he helped, Jared in that situation being a backup for us. Then when we interviewed him, matter of fact, he was getting ready to go interview for Chicago, and I think it was actually during the NFC Championship game, which I really didn't care to watch. I jumped on a Zoom call with him in the second half, and he showed me what he was going to present. I told him, wow, that's pretty good. I think you should come up to Green Bay right when you're done with that interview. And I'm surprised they let him out of the building. But they tried to get him, but I guess we had more to offer. But I really
we stole the coach for the Bears.
For us. And
that's great.
In the coaching profession.
The Bears still
thinking 4-3 might be the switch, or was that Jeff and his philosophy?
I wanted to get
the Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
And that's not to discredit
and they won't beat us for 20 years.
It's a little bit different. I equate putting a coaching staff together. It's like putting a puzzle together, and how does each piece fit? And that's an important part of it, is the fit. And he just happens to run more of a 4-3, and that's. And I felt comfortable with, again, what we had. Because the last thing you want to do is just scrap everything that you got going for you, especially when you have some pretty
we had more to offer to the quarterback coach than the Bears did. The Bears still suck.
When we were interviewing these guys, I certainly wanted to make him feel on board with it. And
the Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
So we went out and got halfway.
49ers defense.
They're not going to beat us with Caleb Williams. He's going to have a worse career in Chicago than Justice Fields is.
As an offensive guy, I feel like we can poke holes in every scheme. And
I got told,
believe that.
You're going to get beat. So Rodgers. Oh, and we sweep you again this year.
Look at
the Bears still suck.
It's a style of play.
I knew we beat the Bears.
How did these guys attack the football? How do they approach the ball carrier?
I kept saying it's going to be a good game. Oh, it's not going to be a blowout. Oh, we blew them out. The Bears still suck.
That's definitely a staple of that defense. Whether it's San Francisco,
I should have bet those fucking names.
Watched a lot of Houston over the last few days. They are relentless. It's just it comes down to style of play.
You ain't gonna be no better with Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is not gonna be a good quarterback in the NFL. Guarantee you, Caleb Williams will not be the best quarterback to come out of that class this year.
It's just so totally different. How do you know that what
Jalen
you're doing there?
Daniels will be the better quarterback. Caleb Williams will not.
Nowadays, especially
if he goes to Chicago,
a lot of the things
he's not
that are
going to win
happening in
shit
college
for
football,
them.
you're finding them at
So Justin Fields, they will not win one fucking shit.
In terms of the rules.
Caleb Williams not going to do nothing.
Athlete, he doesn't have to deal with some of these unbalanced formations where you got eligibles covered up and other guys off the line. So I would say that our game from a rules standpoint might be easier. Yeah, the dimensions of the field, certainly some of the skill sets of some of the players, but he's done a great job wherever he's been, whether it was with the Niners as the secondary coach, whether it was at Ohio State or at Boston College. I thought he's always been able to maximize the capabilities of his players.
I remember now. You talked about the coaching staff being a puzzle. I know you haven't announced the full staff, but it's not just Jeff that's the defensive side of the ball. With how much you've talked about the importance of chemistry on your staff, what's that process going to be like with that many new faces now for you?
Yeah, that was an interesting process to kind of go through. Again, interviewed a lot of guys. Certainly, Hafley was a big part of the process in terms of getting the right staff around him. Guys that he not necessarily knew, but guys that he respected and wanted, that he trusts are going to be able to help carry out the vision for the defense. And I'm excited for you guys to get to know these guys. I think you'll see a lot of high energy coaches, and I think that'll help our players bring out that energy that we need to go out there and compete at the best of our ability on Sunday.
You know, Damian Lillard has such a quick release. Excellent.
Loved his intake.
And over the defense inside.
Liking what the Packers are doing. Liking it. Really liking it. Getting guys around Jordan Love. Whoever one who had doubts about. I never had doubts about him. Not one time.
Sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
.11 left in the fourth quarter. Holmgren with a screen on Lillard. It's tipped. Giddy the pass to Holmgren. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Bucs have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Fires the 3.
3, 5. And that will send the fans to the exits.
Holmgren in the corner. Hit the tip, and Giddy stays with it.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough
Give it to me. Give it to me.
The shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done.
My God, you're fucking stupid.
Left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
That's it. That's the game.
With the ball. From deep, Williams. And so the Bucs take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him.
Na, 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 na.
I mean, that's what we do. Make a little run for you next time.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'm the better MVP and Rookie of the Year. $99.999 coins. MVP, baby! Most valued player, baby! Woo! All team first pro. First team rookie. All rookie first team. The play-in. That's the play-in tournament.
You got this, MP.
The winner. What? Wait. Here it is, boys. Playing Indiana Pacers.
Get this win.
I didn't fucking win Rookie of the Year? No fucking way, man. Timberwolves are out.